Alright, we got a no cooling call. We have been to this house once before and replaced the bottom floor, and now the top floor is giving them trouble. He said the outdoor fan was not working, and he turned it off for a couple hours and turned it back on, and it did work. So let's go see what's going on with that. So I remember last time this being quite a big jungle here, and it seems like they've cut back a good bit of it, but it's still a little bit covered in here. There's our train unit. It's running okay. And here is the Goodman that is needing attention. Let's see if we can figure it out. Alright. Saw a few ants scurrying away as soon as we came in here. So I sure hope we don't have to put a contactor in this thing, man. It is against the wall, and Goodmans are just stupid to put contactors in. So let's take the little cover off that thing and look in there and see if that is indeed our culprit. I mean, there is no access here. To this thing. There goes one of those screws. See what it looks like. May have to get the light on. Well, they're in there. This ought to be fun. Alright, so there's some bees and stuff in there too, but we can see why this might be bug heaven. You can see how nasty those holly bushes make the whole house. And now that we got this out here in the sun, you can see the conglomeration of ants. There goes one crawling across it. So on the bottom contact there pretty bad. So there's the inconsistent coming off and on some of the time and sometimes not. So I'm gonna look through here, find the best contactor I can for it, and we'll get it straightened out. I guess I might ought to go show that to the customer so they understand why we're doing what we're doing. Alright, so I'm going to put this one in it, and the reason I'm going to use this one is these lugs. They just make it a lot easier to hook those bottom high voltage wires that are, you know, this far from the cabinet on the bottom. I don't know why Goodman couldn't just mount it, you know, I don't know, 2 inches higher. And I guess I could do that, but I'm just going to go ahead and stick it back together and moan and groan about it a little bit while I do it, and we'll be on to the next one. But you know, ants get right back in these. I've got a couple of these sure switch type that's expensive and actually sealed up that should not allow ants in. But I'm not going to go through that up against this wall with, I mean, look at this. This is no place to stand. So I'm not going to worry about doing that. I'm just going to put this in. They say they're putting their house up for sale, and that's why they don't want to do anything, but I think they're going to have to do some of this stuff before anybody buys it. But daggum bees out here. Let's hurry up and get this over with. Alright, we got it in there, and there was no real way to set a tripod back here, and nobody needs to watch anybody change a contactor. There's a couple of videos of that being done if anybody was wanting to watch it, but nonetheless, just thought I'd show you all those ants and what a bad problem we had. So let's see if we can tighten up some of these wires and close this thing up and turn it back on. Alright, we bundled them up a little bit so it'll be a little bit better. And I'm going to go in there and ask her to cut it on. Make sure everything's alright. Might put one more right there. I don't think it's doing any good, but you can at least see what's in there. So let's make sure it comes on before we put the cover on. Alright. Back up and running. And back like it was. So we did offer to do some servicing and cleaning to both of these units, and they're going to let that be at a later time. So I agreed with that. I think they should get rid of all these holly bushes or cut them way back, pressure wash, or do whatever they're going to do to clean this house, and we'll come back and clean the units. This train's only a couple years old and it's looking rough already. This pollen and stuff out of these hollies are really rough on the house and everything around it. But they're back up and running, and if I had to guess, the ants will do this again next year if they don't clean this up. So let's go to the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.